As the title states, we're going to do a quick video here on how to replace the front brake master cylinder on this Polaris Sportsman. So on mine, I had kind of noticed for a while that there was a little leak, and you can kind of see, because brake fluid is corrosive, that it was eating some paint, dripping down onto the body here. Wasn't really sure what was causing it, hadn't really dug into it too much, but the other day my entire front brake system went out. There's no pressure behind it, so I decided to dig into it a little bit. On this one, it ended up being right here where it bolts in. The threading on the inside of the housing here is actually completely stripped out, so this bolt will just keep spinning. Not really sure what caused that. I just picked this quad up a couple years ago, but that's where my leak's coming from. It's not able to build up any pressure because this is letting air into the entire system. So we're going to go ahead and swap it out and go ahead and bleed the whole system. So to start out, we're just going to use a 12mm socket to remove the main bolt here. Obviously I don't need to because the threads are completely stripped, so this will just back right out for me. And then we're going to go ahead and remove the housing here that holds it on the handlebar with what do we got here? It's going to be a 3/16 Allen key to remove both of those. Obviously, if you had some pressure in your system, you'd have quite a bit of leakage here, but since mine has no pressure, fluid's not shooting out of there, just to let you know. 3/16. The whole housing will come right off. Conveniently, you can get the whole new master cylinder right off Amazon. I'm going to put a link to it in the description. Under 20 bucks. I'm going to go ahead and throw this on there. So we're going to go ahead and put that back on in reverse. So we slap it on here, put the housing back on, and we're going to tighten down these two bolts. Alright, so those are nice and snug. Then we go ahead and move on to the main bolt. And the new housing comes with all the new parts you'll need. It's going to be bolt, washer, through there, and then another washer. Slide it back in. Again, this is a 12mm to snug it up there. Now we can go ahead and just take this cover off. It's just a Phillips screwdriver. And then we're going to go ahead and fill up this reservoir and bleed the entire brake system. So I filled this reservoir up and I'm just going to pump the handle here. You're going to see that's going to draw fluid down in the system and the air bubbles. And we're starting to get some pressure here. So that's bleeding the master cylinder. Got quite a bit of pressure on the lever now. Since that drew a lot of fluid down in, I'm going to go ahead and top it off to the max line again real quick, and then we'll move on to the front brake caliper bleeding. You got to get yourself a helper. Have them depress this brake 3 times, then hold. And on the back of the front tires, there's a caliper here. And you got a little bleed screw. The manual says an 8mm. That's doesn't work for mine. I have a 1/4. And you go ahead and throw it on there, and when they have it depressed, you open it up till a little fluid comes out, close it right back up, then they release the brake lever. I'm gonna go ahead and do that on both of the ones on the front. And then there's also a master cylinder on the back. We're gonna move back there and I'll show you real quick. So the master cylinder on the back is just over the rear tire on this model. And here you have two different bleed screws. The bleed screw in the front here is for your rear brakes or the foot pedal. You can bleed that in the same manner. You're going to go ahead and depress the foot brake. 1, 2, 3, hold. And then you open up that bleed screw while someone's holding. You'll have some fluid come out. Go ahead and close it before they release. So to do the front, it's this back bleed screw. Same deal. You'll have them depressed 1, 2, 3. And you go ahead and open that up. A little bit of fluid comes out. Close it. Repeat that a few times. You should bleed all the air out. And you've replaced your master cylinder.